Hey, Alex. Russell Wilson's obviously a tremendous challenge, one of the best players at his position. But over the last 5 weeks, in the 3 games that they lost in that span, he turned the ball over 10 times. Are you seeing anything? What are you seeing on tape in those circumstances that's led to some of those turnovers?
Just defense is making plays, and I think that's kind of how we got to go into this game. That we got to get the ball to the offense as much as we can. So, to take advantage of opportunities as well. Obviously, you see him scramble a lot and do a lot. He makes a lot of plays. I think those first, I think 7 weeks, he made a ton of plays, and so it's just kind of being opportunistic and making the plays that come to you, and sometimes taking advantage of good opportunities.
Dave and then Ed Kratz.
Hey, Alex, over the last month and a half, I guess you've been a starter. Do you feel like you've proven that you're capable of being a long-term starter in this league?
Yeah, I hope so. Every week, as long as I get to do it, I'm gonna hopefully continue to, progress, get better, and, be able to show that I deserve to play more.
Ed and then Zach.
Hey, Alex, I know we talked in the past about, you've played a lot of snaps the last couple of weeks, special teams and defense, and you still feel like you're a 23-year-old kid, and you played a lot of snaps in the CFL. But are you doing anything differently to stay fresh during the week? Any changes in your diet, anything like that?
Luckily this offseason, it was kind of the first time I fully took my diet 100% serious. When quarantine hit, I was like, you know what, let's kind of just see what I can do. So I've, for the last, I would say, about 9 or 10 months now, I've had, a diet that I've stuck pretty strict to, which has made me feel way better in general. And so I think that's helped. More ice baths, getting in the tubs more, just in the training room more, just, staying on top of my body. I don't want, anything to happen that, puts me back.
Zach and then Jeff.
Hey, Alex, first off, how's the ankle? Are you good to play this week?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay, and then your experience in Seattle, what do you remember from that, and how did that develop you as a player?
Yeah, I really enjoyed my time there. Obviously the linebackers are, kind of still the same guys with Bobby and KJ. And those are two dudes that I looked up to, we said a 23-year-old. I was 21 when I was in Seattle. So, to be around those guys was awesome. Russell Wilson was there. He was younger in his career. And, the coaching staff, some stuff has changed, but, a lot of it's the same guys. It was a good environment. It's a winning culture. And, it's kind of like here, you gotta, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time, but you got to win football games. And, and that's what, what is attracted to with coming here and as a free agent and stuff with, this coaching staff was kind of, it reflected what I saw originally as a rookie in Seattle.
Jeff and then EJ.
Sorry, Alex. I'm here. Alex, did you feel like coming from the CFL, whether it be conscious or subconscious, affected you not moving up higher in the depth chart until almost a year and a half into your tenure here?
No. I think last year, you look at the linebackers we had. They're just guys that were Pro Bowlers and All Pro guys. At points in their career, and then I think just getting through the depth chart. I think. Circumstances have to happen for a lot of guys to play. Like, I've said it before, guys in the CFL, NFL, whatever, it's, a lot of times, it's got to be the right circumstance, and then you got to take advantage of it when you get that opportunity. And so there's a lot of guys at home that, could play in the NFL at any position. So I'm just grateful that, I've gotten this opportunity and I've been able to do what I have with it.
We'll take 2 more here with EJ and then Les.
Hey, Alex. So I'm curious, what's been the biggest adjustment to make as you've gotten a lot more playing time with the defense, in particular?
Just getting comfortable with all the guys on the field. There's so much communication that goes on, but so much of it just has to almost be instinctual with the guys next to you. I would say I play next to Jay Mills a ton now, obviously, as a Sam, and so just the little communications that we have throughout the week and just becoming more normalized with that, and I'm sure everybody's played it. You play with somebody, you just have to get used to being next to that guy all the time. And I think especially me and Jay Mills, especially this week, I felt a really big click up in just our natural chemistry out there compared to the past few weeks.
Go ahead, Les.
Hey, Alex. I saw the photo of what you did with your fumble recovery ball from last week. It's been a while since we've talked to you. I know we did about the Special Olympics and your family and so forth. Could you kind of give us another reset on how much that means to you and why it's important?
Yeah, what Les is talking about. I sent the fumble recovery ball back home to my sister Ashley, who you guys know has Down syndrome and who's a Special Olympic athlete. This season, which has actually been pretty cool. The last few weeks, I'm doing a pledge it for this season. A tackling inclusion, and so as you guys know, the last few weeks have been a good tackling weeks for me. So I think we've been able. I think the beginning of the season, my pledge it, we started with the hopes of raising about $2,000. Now it's moved up to $10,000. And the last 2 weeks, I think we've done over $2,500, which is, incredible when I look back and think of how originally the whole season goal was to just raise $2,000 for Special Olympics Pennsylvania. And now we're, at, 10,000 is the goal. And, we're slowly and quickly climbing to that goal. But yeah, it's huge to me to, be able to have Special Olympics and my sister and just all these other athletes be part of my life because they're my inspiration. It's the reason I play with a smile. It's the reason I enjoy the game. I've seen athletes with intellectual disabilities who just to get up out of bed is a struggle, and they're out there playing soccer, bowling, swimming, whatever sport they're in. You can see the true joy on their faces, and so to be able to do that for a living, I'll always carry that with me and know what I'm playing for, and it's just exciting to be able to, raise money and give back to that organization.
How old is your sister?
My sister's 29.
Wow, older than you. Okay.
Older, yeah. That's my big sister. So yeah, she'll always say my little big brother.
Greetings, Jordan. How are you?
Good, mate. How are you?
All right. So, are you looking at this as a chance to cement yourself as the Eagles' left tackle of the present and the future?
Mate, I'm going to approach this game like I've been approaching the last couple games that I've been playing. I'm always trying to do what I can for this team. I'm not trying to do me first. I'm trying to do what I can for this team. So that's what I'm going to do going ahead this week.
What do you need to be better at, you think?
I think just more technique-wise, just when it comes down to, getting off the ball on time, spatial awareness when I time up my punching. So, yeah, those are the couple of things that I'm going into this week being more aware of.
Thank you.
And then Mike K.
Hey, Jordan, where would you say you are today as compared to 2 months ago?
Do we want an analogy, or do you want me to be like... I like saying analogies. They're better.
Hit me with an analogy.
So I used to use the peanuts. So we'll stick with the peanuts. I'm just over half a bag, and I'm trying to catch up to Jason Peters' Peanut Factory. So there it is.
I mean, what does that tell you? That obviously JP is he's a 9-time Pro Bowler. He's a likely Hall of Famer. And right now, I mean, they want you at left tackle and JP inside. What does that tell you?
Tells me that, this is the best lineup that we can get with the numbers that we have. It's unfortunate that we're injury crippled. And, we've always had this mentality of next man up, and that's truly what this organization believes in. And I feel like, whatever it is, if I have to go back to right tackle, play left tackle, be that extra tight end on packages, I'll do that. So, yeah, I don't really think about it too much. I just come here and do my job and try and get better every day.
Thank you.
Mike K. and then Zach Berman.
Hey, Jordan, we see Andre Dillard out there a lot in practice over here. We see Andre Dillard a lot out there, and obviously he can't participate in practice, but what's his mood like been? What's he brought to the practice field while he's out there?
Oh, Dre's been awesome. He's just been trying to be all locked into the game plan. Hats off to the guy. I was in a similar situation last year when, I was off to the side as well and going to the meetings, So he's done a great job trying to stay in tune with the game plan and just still learn. And also, like, physically, it's good to see him out there again, doing stuff along the side of the field. I know he was a bit bummed earlier in the year when he first got hurt. So, yeah, I'm really happy for him and proud of him how he's handled his injury.
I know he can't be very physical out there, but have you noticed him be a little bit more vocal than he was as a rookie?
Yeah, 100%. His smile's cracking a smile all around now. So I think he feels much more comfortable this year coming into his second year. So yeah, much more of a noticeable difference when it comes to his character.
Zach Berman, and then Chris Franklin.
Hey, Jordan, how did it go down? How did you find out you were the starting left tackle? I guess who told you, and what was the sequence of events?
Oh man, I was just chilling on the couch at home. I was falling asleep actually, and I got a call. Lucky I woke up to it because it was Coach Stout telling me that I was gonna play left tackle this week, and that was about it really. I was like, cool.
On what day was this?
Man, I can't remember. Can't remember.
Thank you.
Chris, and then Bo Wolf.
Hey Jordan, your line mate Jason Kelsey is about to play in his 100th straight start. What does it mean? What does it mean to you personally to see that he's doing that? And how has Kelsey helped you out in your development?
I have to give my hats off and more to Kelsey. Like everything he does for this team, it just goes unnoticeable sometimes, and just the effort that the man has, like in every practice, every meeting, just his true passion for the game. You really see the term when people wear their heart on their sleeves. It comes out with Jason Kelsey. That's really him. With my progression and how far I've come, he really taught me how to remember rookie year. He taught me how to we call it combination blocking. Come down helmet first and get in behind the block. So him and Wisniewski were the first two to really like try and fix some of the fundamentals that I needed to correct. And even to this day, Kelsey's always talking football to me, always trying to get me to understand angles because with Coach Stout, it's all about angles here in the way he coaches. So yeah, Kelsey's been like so fundamentally sound in teaching those angles and getting me to understand the proper angle that I need to take.
Take two more here for Jordan. We'll go Bo and then Ed Kratz.
Couple quick ones, Jordan. First of all, what's up with the beard?
I don't know. I'm just growing it. Hey, just growing it.
Okay. And last we talked to you, you said your body was crook. How is it now?
It's feeling pretty good. I'm all good now. Yeah.
And then the last thing, you haven't had a chance to work with Isaac in a game. What is your level of comfort in terms of dealing with those combination blocks with Isaac?
Now, going forward, during practice, we had a great week of practice, getting those combo blocks. So it was really nice during the individual periods to work that with Isaac and get a nice feel, how to fit the block. So I think we're feeling really confident moving forward this week.
Thank you. Go ahead, Ed.
Hi, Jordan. Just want to ask you about Jason Peters. How has he been with that switch over to right guard? I mean, this looks like you'll be at left tackle probably the rest of the season. And how valuable is he in being a resource for you going forward?
How does Jason Peters looks great at right guard. I mean, it's actually incredible how a guy can just go from tackle to right guard in such a short amount of time and look really smooth at the position. So yeah, tremendous respect for JP and it just makes you realize how incredibly lucky I am to have mentors like Jason Kelsey and Jason Peters in the room, because even at right guard, JP's still coaching me up on my technique. So cats off to those two blokes.
Hey, Jalen, just ask you about Russell Wilson. He's never lost to the Eagles, but lately he looks a little bit vulnerable with some interceptions and being sacked. I mean, I know turnovers are always important, but how are they important, maybe more important this week? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, no doubt. You got a guy right now who's playing at an MVP caliber right now. And we all know, that offense, that whole team, starts and finishes with him, and our biggest task right now on defense is, limiting, him making the big plays, whether it's the pass or, with his legs, because he's been doing that in this league, for a very, very long time. And then kind of like you said, finding ways to get turnovers, to get the offense as many possibilities to score.
Go John and then EJ Smith.
Hey, Jalen. A little bit on that vein with Russell and those receivers. A lot of people talk about DK Metcalf and his size. What about Tyler Lockett? He seems like the guy who moves all over, and he's really difficult no matter where he's lined up.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think that also comes with, the chemistry. Those, of course, Metcalf is having a really, really good year. But when you talk about Lockett and knowing that offense, he's a veteran player. Kind of like I just said, that chemistry that those two, him and Russ, they've been having that for years. And also just like you said, it's definitely difficult, to try to locate him, because he's all over the place at the 1 spot, 2 spot, 3 spot. They put him in the backfield. So definitely have to keep an eye on him too.
EJ and then Mike K.
Hey, Jalen. Alex Singleton talked earlier about the chemistry that you guys are developing since he's been put into the lineup. How do you think that's been going, and what have you seen from him since he started playing in the defense a little more?
Yeah, it's definitely been growing. He's a guy who, when Nate went on IR, he was asked to step up and play a really, really big role, and I think he's doing a really, really good job. He's commanding the defense, inside of the huddle with making calls, and also pre-snap and post-snap alignments. He's making adjustments and even calling out plays here and there. So when you get a guy like that in the middle of your defense doing that, it kind of calms everybody down.
What does it say about his his preparation before he got into the lineup? Paying attention to meetings, that he's able to do that now that he's in that role.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's all about preparation. You can tell that he was a guy that he, in his mind, if he was to get a chance to get in that starting lineup, he wasn't gonna miss that opportunity. And like I said, he's been flourishing.
Last one for Mike, please.
Jalen, we've asked a lot of offensive linemen about Jason Kelce, but you're somebody who's been around and been a leader on this team for a while. What does Jason Kelce bring to this locker room? And he's a guy who's been kind of an Iron Man. What do you admire about his toughness?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's one of those guys. He's not a flashy guy. When it comes to maybe his clothes or his shoes or different things like that outside of football. But definitely when he's on the field, he definitely has a swagger about himself. You guys see him. He has the mullet going on right now, and he's a guy. He rarely misses snaps. And coming, me knowing him. Probably not wanting to play football. I think, 2 years ago, he was thinking about retiring or something like that, and then coming back. That just lets you know that the guy loves football. He's dedicated to this team, this organization. I love him.